What up?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, G.
It's about time. It's about time. Like I said, bro.
Come on.
This is mad.
It's been a minute, bro.
It's been a minute, bro. Bro, welcome to RealityTeam TV, bro. Like I say to most people, bro, like here, like I say, you can make yourself feel at home. We have open and insightful and educational conversations for the people, you get me? Because it's like each one teach one, you get me? So, Jumayn Hunter, bro, my brother, welcome to RealityTeam TV, bro. Yeah, but like,
yes, sir.
You get me? Like, what? Even before we proper get into the main conversation, like what we were saying, like with the French education and that, like yeah.
Or just
What we're talking about, and even like let's get straight into it, man. Fuck it, you wanna get straight into it?
Come, let's go.
Fuck it, let's get straight into it, man. Like for those who might be maybe, well, I don't know where they've been, if they've been living under a rock or somewhere, bro. You know them analogies there, but honestly, for those who have been living under a rock, bro, yeah, could you tell them exactly what you do and what you're all about, bro, and then we can move forward from there, yeah?
Boom. Alright, Jumayn Hunter. Actor. That's my day job. That's my main job. It's my love and my passion. And I have been graced by the universe enough to actually be able to pursue it as a professional. So yeah, I'm like, I've done a decent amount of stuff. Like, and yeah, we'll go into that in another later. But basically, yeah, that actor, martial artist as well, and somewhat of a bit of a teacher sometimes. That's a bit of a role of mine. But yeah, like, love the acting thing. Y'all know what
You
it
get
is.
me? Bro.
Yeah, man, it's good.
Yeah, man, like I say, man, like for those who know, you know. But for those who don't know, again, not to be rude, I feel like maybe somehow you've been under a rock somewhere. But it's cool because after today, I feel like you're definitely going to get to know.
I can honestly say, I'm glad I'm doing this, and especially with you.
Yeah, bro.
Because yes, you might know the actor on paper,
Word.
but y'all don't know him.
You're already going there. Let's take them there.
so,
You're already going there, yeah.
So we'll find out a little bit.
You get me? Because I feel like, even like I say, like one of the main reasons why I felt like, you know what, let's get the camera out, let me interview people, yeah? Because it's like, either with musicians, actors and whatnot, like, yeah, you might see them like on a screen, but nowadays, especially like when it's time to build either a fan base or to get to know more about that person, it's like a good conversation asking them the right questions. I feel like, even like I tell most people, I want people to like, everybody that interview, I want them, once they leave or once people watch them, once people watch these interviews, I want people to be like, you know what? Before this interview, I did not know much about Jay, but after this, like, I know this about him. Like, I know this random fact. I know this about him. So it's like, it's really important for people out there to get to know the person like beyond the camera, you get me?
And the journey of one's career as well, I think is important because, well, and again, we'll get into it, but like, it's good to know. Not only is it good to know for the next generation, you might want to do something similar, but like affirmation that, you get me? Because like, the reason, and again, we'll get into it, but the reason why I even started acting and things like that were, well, we can get into that, but like, I realized I had no role models. Again, for me personally, I had no role models. My role models, for the most part, came from either anime, Japanese anime, or books. Yeah, like the characters in books. Yeah, I didn't have anyone physical.
Or real life, who you can actually look up to.
I didn't have anyone
this
physical.
Is someone for me to follow as a role model.
Yeah, now there were aspects of people, like Mike Tyson, something like that. There's aspects of him that were commendable. Yeah, and like I could look into and be like, okay, that's something to aspire to. But on a whole, I felt like I didn't have anyone. Right, so I was like, you know what, not to toot my own horn in any way, shape or form, but I was just like, all right, well then maybe in my own life the responsibility has to fall on me.
Word.
So I was just like, you know what, let me just try things in my life, just see how I do in it.
Like bro, at what age did you come up to that conclusion to be like, you know what, I don't really have any role models, so it's like let me take it to acting, like you said. At what age? Around what age was that?
Exactly. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you how the exact moment I started acting. Alright, so I'd managed to get myself from my big mouth into trouble in school. Yeah. And I was in a detention in drama, right?
Yeah.
Of all things. I'm in a detention in drama. And my drama teacher was teaching the sixth form. I think, what was I? I was like year 9 at this point.
Year 9, okay, this is in year 9 at this point.
Exactly 13 years old. I think that makes me year 9. But basically, he's teaching the sixth form, right? And they're doing Macbeth. And
Macbeth.
Yeah,
You're taking me. But Macbeth, you know.
Listen.
Shout out to everybody that's had to learn or who was in secondary school. Everybody that knows about Macbeth, yeah. Shout you guys out. But yeah, let's continue, bro.
But, so they're doing Macbeth, right? And basically they're doing Alliance, and they've basically said, I started laughing. And my teacher's like, what are you laughing at? And I'm just like, bro, why are you finding it so hard to remember the lines? And my teacher's like, what? Alright, cool, smart ass, come down here, innit? Like,
okay.
So I come down, I've recited it, and he's like, huh? And I was just like, it's not that hard to remember. I realized basically, I don't have a photographic memory per se.
Yeah.
But when it comes to words, yeah, like for some reason, I can absorb it really well. Maybe it's because I have a history of reading a lot. Because I started reading probably when I was about 3. Like I literally taught myself to read, yeah?
Yeah.
So I was like, just absorb it. I just absorb words, yeah? So I realized, oh, okay, cool. I've got a little bit of a skill with this. A couple months later, yeah, I'm sitting in a classroom. I'm looking around the class, brother, and everyone's on a mazza. Like, chairs are being thrown around, all this kind of stuff, right?
Unruly.
But mad thing. Teacher's sitting in the corner doing nothing, and I'm literally like, is this actually like what I'm supposed to aspire to? Like, this can't be serious right now.
Yeah.
So I've literally I said to myself, all right, cool. If I can get up and walk out this school with nobody stopping me, then let's see what I got in it. I'm gonna go up and butt out. And I was like, right, the security ain't stopping me, nothing. I was like, okay, like this ain't serious. Then said to myself, right, my drama teacher now, he's giving me a hookup, right? He's told me that an audition is happening, basically.
Your drama teacher,
my drama teacher
at the time in that school,
He's actually said to me, all right, boom, you're okay at this acting thing, right? You're kind of skilled for what it's worth. So like, look into just auditioning, stuff like that. He was like, boom, I even have the details of an audition.
Right.
Like, so like, take it if you want to take it, whatever. I said to myself, all right, cool. Let's say the audition's supposed to be on a Friday. This is like a Monday, yeah? But I'm taking myself down there, I banged on the door and I said to this random woman, I was like, audition me. And she's like, who are you? And I was like, audition me. Bro. She's like, all right, why should I? I've gone, all right, basically you're going to have one of 2 stories, yeah? One, a cool anecdote, you can tell your friends, this kid came in, he messed up, yeah, and it's funny, ha ha ha, you can tell it to them for the rest of their life. Yeah. 2, I came in and I smashed it, and now...
Them energy's there.
Bro, she literally was like, what? Come inside. One time, come inside. Cool. Sat down now, done my little audition to this room of people, blah, blah, blah. She's put me in this, she's introduced me to the director now. They put me in this play. Turns out the director of this play used to direct EastEnders. So she's given me, basically, she's introduced me to some people. Long story short, yeah, I've ended up in front of some of the heads of like ITV or like certain shows like The Bill, things like this. And like, I've had to obviously audition, stuff like that, but it's kind of like the tenacity I had at that time. It fueled, like, it just fueled my life, basically, but in a positive way.
And you were still 13 at that time?
13, bro. So I'm 13 and it's like, basically they're going, all right, cool, come to this audition. I'm hearing it's in Brixton or something like that. Now, obviously, these times, there's beef between different ends and blah, 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 blah. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a semi-foreigner. So, and as far as I'm concerned, these things are mundane to me. I don't care.
That's how I used to move back in the day.
Straight up.
When certain people are telling me, at night time, don't go Wood Green, at night time, don't go there.
That's why me and this guy used to part hard.
You get me?
Real talk, because it was calm.
You get what I'm trying to say? I've never, ever, obviously people always say touch wood or whatever, but I can honestly say on camera or even off camera, I have never, ever, ever been in any issues going to any area at night time or whatever. Because I have never, ever been, I might look like a black brother that might be into madness, whatever, but I've never ever had to encounter any problem because why? I've never been into that lifestyle and energies as well. Exactly.
So with that said, yeah, I'm like, oh, Brixton's nothing. So I've gone down there and certain times, like, I got friends or whatever, I'm like, oh, come with me, whatever. They're like, no, we can't go Brixton, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you think I give a fuck about that? Well, I'm not even gonna cuss anything. You think about Brixton?
No, we cuss here. Everybody, bro, if you wanna cuss, bro, feel free to say anything. Bro. This is reality uncut.
Beautiful.
Whatever you wanna say to make you feel comfortable and free.
I'll try and keep it PG so it can.
Yeah.
You get me? Like,
yeah, but go for it, bro.
If I just, I'm Jamaican again.
Yeah, go for it.
Long story short, yeah, like, so we got down there.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just my passion would take me. So I don't care about your area, because bro, there's bare times I got held up by gunpoint, I got held up at knife point, I've had people run up on me in whips, all kinds of shit, yeah, just because of a recognizable face.
Yeah.
And it's just energy. Like, and this was when I first started that back in the day, because I'm going into different ends and whatnot, I'm traveling, they're like, where are you from? Because and I'm literally like, bro, you think I've got time for your bullshit?
Bingo.
I'm going to an audition, I got lines to learn, I'm trying to make a future for myself.
I think I got time to think about this.
What I do with my 24 hours and what you do with your 24 hours is up to you. If you want to be wherever you want to be for 24 hours, bro, do you. But guess what? I'm doing me too, because I don't get in your way, don't get in my way.
Bingo.
It's that simple.
That's why you're my G anyway, you
simple,
know, man.
So like with that attitude, basically, like, because I made sure to, and this is here's a little bit of insight and a little something that I realized that I turned into my building block. Your unique selling point. Everybody in the world has a unique selling point. Obviously, you probably would have heard this before, but like your unique selling point is as simply as what makes you uniquely you that no one could take away from you. And I use
Sorry, I just have to cut for that quickly. Sorry.
And whatever that is, use that to your advantage. And it doesn't matter to some. I've had my friends say, "Oh, I live in Sheffield and I grew up here my whole life, and like I'm a skateboarder, so like there's nothing special about me." I'm like, bro, everything you just said is special about you, because anyone who doesn't live in Sheffield, bro, they haven't had your life. They don't have your accent. They don't have your view on life. They never grew up with, I don't know, like chips and what do you call it? Peas and chips and things like this.
Word.
Like, oh, this is something random, yeah? I realised this about the UK. Someone fact check this, yeah?
Yeah.
You can tell where someone's from in the UK by what they put on their chips. I go so far as to say this.
Oh, raw.
Watch this.
That's
Watch
actually a
this.
unique point.
Watch this. Gravy and chips, you're from London. Yeah? Curry and chips, you're from Birmingham. Yeah? Cheese and chips, you're from a little bit more up north. A bit more up north than that is peas and chips, and then you're in Haggistown. Check fact that. I guarantee you, because the amount of times I've gone to raves here, then afterwards everyone's jamming, we're all getting chips, and I'm watching what people are putting in them, and I'm hearing their accent, and then like I hear people going like blood, like even kebab's London as well, but like they'll put like peas and chips, and then someone's like, "Oh, what the hell's that?" And they're just like, "Nah, cause like that's what we eat, innit?"
That's what we eat.
And they're looking at their one like, "Oh, curry," like, and they're like, "What?" Like,
yeah.
So I clocked it anyway. Fact check that, but anyway, back to it. Yeah, so yeah, like traveling around, things like that. Not only did it force me to have to boost my confidence myself, because you have to get over yourself. Obviously, you're going into different ends and all this. There's all this area of beef and blah blah blah. But also, I was just thinking about my own future, to be honest, and not even in a selfish way, but in a way of, if I don't, well, I'm young at this point in life, so if I try something and I fail, this is a good time to fail, because I could try something else and I've got time to bounce back or like figure it out, because at this time I'm doing martial arts, like I was doing kung fu, going into competitions and stuff. I was I was playing basketball, like I just made my basketball team and stuff. I was doing pretty okay with that. And like with basketball, I even got like a semi-scholarship thing to go play in, where was it? I think it's Massachusetts or somewhere like that. Yeah, I think it's Massachusetts. And
can I ask a quick question, yeah? Before we can carry on, yeah? Because obviously, most people that have watched these interviews, yeah, they know, like, I love to talk, like I said to you in the garden, to go back and forth. If you know how much I'm
no, say something. Yeah, I know. I can see you.
You got to say because I want the people. You get me? Because I want the people to proper hear everything you got to say. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the main interviews that are proper. I couldn't wait to, you get me, to really have. So yeah, you can proper see me now. So it's like, yeah. Just another quick question before we carry on. Yeah, like, you see, like you said, like your acting journey, all of this journey started off when you were 13, right? So we're going through all of these things that you're saying right now, yeah? Are you still 13 or now you're 14 and you get me?
Okay.
You got what I'm trying to say?
Right, so this is all within the space of a year.
Within the space of a
year. So we haven't even hit 14 yet, technically.
Yeah, so you're still 13 around this time, yeah?
Yeah, I'm 13 still. So this is a couple
yeah, that's what I
just
wanted
finished the play. Oh, okay, so you're gonna, alright, cool. I'll keep the timeline.
Just
so
keep
I just
the
finished
timeline.
the play and stuff like that, and like I'm still doing school, obviously, but I'm like running back and forth to like do filming, all this kind of stuff, and blah blah blah. I say filming as well. Actually, I did start filming at that point. I started with the bill, and even with things like that, like, oh man, I can go into the maddest. All right, we're gonna do the maddest.
We just break it down slow, one bit at a time. Trust me. So, cool. Was the bill? Because even bro, people are gonna get to know what time it is. So was the bill the first ever gig you ever got as a What's the first ever acting role you've ever got?
I think that was Casualty. That was Casualty on for TV.
Yeah, Casualty. Yeah. Can we speak about a little bit about Casualty quickly, like how your experience was like?
Yeah. So all right,
because it was your first, didn't it? Yeah. How
so
was
my first thing. Watch this, people.
It was Casualty. Yeah.
People, watch this. I'm 13 years old again. I'm 13 years old. Casualty.
Where was Casualty? Sorry, what was Casualty aired again on TV?
BBC.
Casualty used to be on BBC.
Prime time, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Used to be like a drama, innit?
I got. They've gone to me, jump on this train. Cool. I've gone down to Bristol. Bear in mind, I'm a London boy, yeah. So I'm out in Bristol now.
Big up my niggas in Bristol, man.
Wait for it. They put me in the Marriott Hotel, G. So let me get this straight. I've gone basically business class. This is my first gig, bro. I've gone business class. I've jumped off. I'm now like in like the best hotel in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's one of the best hotels in the world.
My G.
Like they've given me penthouse, everything. Like it was a mess, bro. Like the way I was hyped, yeah. But that wasn't it for me. I'm a people person, yeah. To be honest, all of that shit I don't care about. And to be honest, it is a benefit because I've got to the point in my career now where legitimately the last thing that I was on, we had the whole hotel booked out. The whole hotel, bro. No word of a lie. My room was, I'm not even going to get into that. But like, I had a swimming pool to myself. Not a small, not a jacuzzi, a swimming pool to myself because I said that I needed a gym. Yeah, they were like, oh, cool. So be like, brother, I had the whole gym in a swimming pool. I'm like, you're taking, and it's state-of-the-art stuff, bro. I'm like, raw, okay, cool, levels. But we started here. Do you get me, bro? We're starting at business class Marriott Hotel. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. But like I was saying, I'm a people person. So for me, it's the experience of getting to work with either actors I've seen on TV or just like, to be honest, I speak a lot. I never know when to shut the fuck up. So I'm there just talking to people, right?
That's why you're my brother, bro.
Right. Trust me. But like, from that, like, I'm very lucky in my career because I have managed to keep all of my morals and all of my values in that my career, safety, my career has been propelled by myself. Yeah. My agent, I love my agent. And I guess it's important to love your agents. You get me? Like at some point, like things might change. You get me?
Of course.
Who you're working with is very important that you have that kind of understanding. Like, and as we grow, like as any actor will know, you grow bigger, you get a different agent, blah 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 blah. So you can go for the whole of that.
Yeah.
But like, long story short, what I'm happy about is my career. I've been able to just be me, and by being me, it's been the thing that propels me to the next job. Can you repeat that? Because I got this thing where it's like, you see like how in music is like pull up, wheel that line up. No, bro, I have honestly been so blessed because I realized just being me, and by being me, it's propelled me to the next job, literally. By which I mean, so from the play, from doing a good job on the play, so not only do I deliver, but I'm always on time, I always know my lines, I know everybody else's lines, and I just get along with people in general. I'm a people person, but like, I just like to converse with people. Bro, you saying that, you know how, sorry to cut you, you saying that, you know how important that is, bro? Like, it's a part of, like, you know what, it's a big part of life that I think a lot of people don't know about. Because I've heard, like, know about, but they kind of overlook, maybe, because I've heard so many people say, like, no matter which industry this is, either in football, like I say, either like, no matter which industry it is, you need to learn how to carry yourself a specific way, because in these industries you're going to come across, you're going to be working with people, and everyone. You're going to be working with different people with different mindsets. So everything that you're saying about timekeeping, about being a people's person, it's like, these are all the qualities I feel like any person that needs to be successful in such environments like that, you know? You know what? When I was at 13, I used to read a lot of books like about millionaires. And I said to myself, what makes them millionaires? Obviously, they can be inherited money or whatnot, but there are some people that make it from nothing. So what makes them different? And it's their mindset. It's literally, bruv, they're waking up at 5 a.m. every day, even though they've got nothing to do. They're setting pace. They're making sure that they've got the routine there. So when they're ready to go with something, the routine's already set. It's already there. At least they have one thing set. That's one thing. That's one step in that direction. And that's a step in that direction that maybe someone else isn't thinking to take. And when you do that, you're already setting levels for yourself. You just have to take it. You have to. This is how I always say it. I say it to my brother and sister like this. It's this simple. Do you take your life seriously? If you take your own life seriously, then why are you not doing the best for yourself? So you want the best out of your own life? I'm gonna keep on clapping for you, bro. Go ham. Go ham. There are days, bro. The amount of days, and this is things that other people don't know. To say like, okay, I delivered, that's why I got propelled to. So on the one hand, it's what I did with the job, and on the other hand, it's how I interact with people. What I did with the job, I would stay up until 5, 6 a.m. until the sun come up, reciting lines, looking in the mirror, making faces, copying people's accents, things like this, just to have something a skill of my own, that I could cultivate, that I could go forward with in confidence. I can walk into a building now and go, I can change the accents anytime I want. You see, these are the efforts, and these are the kind of hours and that people I can just change it whenever I want, and to be able to do something like that.
Bro,
to be able to put over a skill like that.
Right now, I'm watching a black Scottish person right in front of me, and I'm thinking, how and where did that happen?
And if you want to take it as like a white South African or something like that, bro, then easily, if you can, like, you make it a skill, right? And when it's something that no one can take away from you, what they're gonna do?
Fucking hell, yeah.
That's it. You got it, right?
Yeah, you've got it, and it's embedded right in you.
So basically, I'm staying, bro. I'm putting in.
By the way, I'm sorry again for those accents, bro. The way you just did that, like, it's not.
But that's what I mean. It's things like that,
bro.
So I'm making sure that I'm cultivating a skill that no one can take from me. That I have to work hard at. That people know, but I'm doing this in the background at the time. So this is the important thing that I think a lot of people may be falling the wayside with. Yeah, it's a skill that I'm cultivating in the dark. At this time, I'm going, remember, I can remember lines quite well. So that's what I'm running with, yeah? I'm going, if you give me a script, first I'm going, if you give me a script, I can learn it overnight. It's 30 pages. I'm like, I can learn it overnight. They'll test me, yeah? All of a sudden, all right, cool, can you come in tomorrow? Yeah, all right, cool, we'll send you for a script, 45 pages. Yeah. I've come in, I've got the pages in my hand, yeah? They're looking at me like, okay, he's about to flop. I've gone, let's go. They're like, what? And it's only that confidence there. It's borderline arrogance, but not in a bad way. Obviously, I'm speaking from my perspective.
Of course,
but this is your perspective. If it was arrogance, then I wouldn't have had the success I would have, because people would treat me a certain way.
Can we touch on something quickly?
Go ahead.
Before we carry on. To you personally, yeah, what's the difference? Because again, like, sometimes I hear people talking about it and trying to compare the two.
Confidence and arrogance.
Exactly. For you, what is the difference between those two? Being confident and just being confident, and you're humbly just confident, versus you're just arrogant.
I'm spiritual, not religious, but I'm going to use a religious kind of terminology to explain what I mean.
Go for it, bro.
If you believe God has your best interest in heart, that's why we pray to him. God is in us too. So you have to have self-belief. Self-belief breeds confidence. So you are convicted in what you are saying and what you are doing. Yeah? So that carries you forward into each motion. Yeah? So there's not a wasted motion. That's confidence. Arrogance is when you use that same terminology, but you belittle someone at the same time. Or you belittle the thing that you're supposed to be doing, or the respect of the thing that you're supposed to be doing. I might not have worded it great there, but I think you understand.
I don't even think I get exactly what you mean. Can I give a quick example to show I got what you mean? So, for example, you see football. You see there's footballers who, you've got one footballer, yeah, who he doesn't have all of the qualities, but he's humble and he's prepared to literally to put all of the work in to even get better. You get me? Humbly. But then you've got certain footballers who, they're gifted, bro. They got the skill in the world. They're cocky and whatever, but they don't really put in as much work as that person. If I'm making any sense.
I think it makes perfect sense. I'm going to back that up. I basically, I guess, for me, again, my own life, talking about myself, I think I have been blessed because I've read so much. I've absorbed so many sayings that I've now dictated my life by. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Say that again, bro. Let's reload it.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You could be on either side of that spectrum, find yourself wherever you want, just ponder on that for a bit. I've been on both sides of that.
How many man them, again, sorry to cut you because you're spitting real facts, bro, yeah? How many man them from where we grew up? And again, like, we like to use things that we can relate to, or we don't like to talk about things that we don't know about. So things that we can relate to, certain things like growing up in ends. How many man them do we hear, even on a regular basis till this day? I did not make it as a professional footballer because of this, because of that. But one thing that, growing up here, one thing that I realised that hurts me, I'm not going to lie, is like, you look at Mandem and you say, bro, if you had discipline and if you actually focus and you actually put all of that,
you can
it would have been a madness. But it's like, besides the talent, a lot of us or a lot of Mandem back in the days, we had the talent, but besides the talent, that's all we had. But now we're growing up realising
you have to put in the hard work. Because that talent, if you want to make money off that talent, yeah, this is so another thing that I did in the background, in the dark, I sat down and I hired, all the money that I made, the little money that I made, I hired lawyers, to teach me what the contracts meant. I was like, teach me every word in this so I understand what I'm reading, so I can cut out the middleman. Not only can I cut out the middleman, I can negotiate my own terms now. Because they'll try to hit me with some stipulation and I'm like, rude boy, don't try it. It changed everything.
You see, You see, even in terms of like you saying like you had to educate yourself because you wanted to like eliminate the middleman and you wanted to be on representative respectively, right?
No, well, this is the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm represented by agency, management, all of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But that's what I'm trying to say. I dictate my term.
You dictate your own term.
Everything that I've done,
Yeah.
that people see me in or whatever, or that's on there, I chose to do it.
Bro, I know this is early in the
And
conversation.
and there was a point in my early stage, in the first half of my career,
Yeah.
the agent, they didn't understand. They were like, "What are you doing? You're turning down this. You're turning down that." Because I wanted to pave a certain picture that, for example, this is for me. Yeah. When I show my children this, I'm gonna be like, when I do have kids, I'm gonna be like, this is what your dad did. This is why. Yeah. Some of the things I've done are for my culture. Some of them are for man them in the hood. Yeah. Some of them are for, and this is actually one of the things I wanted to do the most, as I realized a lot of my friends didn't read like I did. I knew they'd watch what I'm in, right? So I've changed. I got into the genre that I got into because it was they typecast and whatnot. But I tried to change as much as I could. So I do comedies, romance, all these things. And now I've got my brothers watching all kinds of movies. They're like, "Raw, bro, you made me cry because the whole movie messed me up." And I'm like, "Thank you, bro." And they're like, "Raw, like I didn't even know about this genre." I'm like, "There you go, G." Like, and I had to become my own hero.
Obviously, we're gonna speak about that as well. Don't even forget the adverts.
Stuff like that.
Subway, what the what?
Bro, and even those things there, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I get those jobs, a lot of the jobs I get, again, it's because it's not exactly hookups, but because I've spoken to people, they know who I am, they know how I am, they know how I interact and stuff like that. Literally, bro, my phone blings off, bro. It's got like, and that's a big stage in a career where don't work harder, work smarter.
Yeah, I think this interview might as well stop now, bro.
Bro, don't work harder, work smarter. Like, to me,
reality.
Two things, lazy people and nerds. Lazy people are geniuses. You know why they're geniuses? You've told them to do something with 10 steps and they're like, "Fuck that, I'm gonna sit on my ass, bro. I'm gonna figure out 2 steps to get to the exact same point." That's genius. 2, nerds, people want to diss nerds, all of that kind of stuff. Cool. Nerds are the ones who invented the wheel. You're welcome. Nerds are the ones who invented penicillin. They're the ones who invented the TV, the condom. You're welcome.
Do you think it's only, even speaking about, because obviously we're talking about nerds, even in the garden here, quickly. Do you feel like those people who look down on nerds or who think nerds are just these people who are not cool, those are the ignorant people, those are the stupid people, because like you're saying, like,
Nerds are also the ones who made Star Wars. Nerds are also the ones who made Fast and the Furious, because you know how many people it takes to put that together, special effects, the camera team, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, nerds are the ones that literally propelled humans into the future. In fact, and the face of nerds have changed. When I was a nerd in school, but I was the only nerd that would knock you out. I was into Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, all of this kind of stuff. Like, I knew more science than most of my teachers. Damn it, like I used to, like, but also a nerd does martial arts.
So basically,
me Bruce Lee's a nerd, bro. Bruce Lee's a nerd. That's all I'm saying. Bruce Lee's a nerd. He's a martial art nerd.
Yeah. You see, that's why it's good for us to change these stigmas or whatever, if that's the way you call it. Because us growing up being young, the word nerd wasn't a cool term to call anyone. Like,
well, how do you want to say it nowadays? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people look down on people for how they look or what they have or who they are, the color of their skin, things like this. Like, you know, like when people say, "Oh, I want the world to be a better place." Start with yourself. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? You're talking about it, what are you doing about it? Anyway, we digress. Where was I?
As we digress.
Things I was doing, right, career. So one was how...
We didn't finish Casualty. Your experience, I think that's your experience in Casualty. Remember?
The experience of it, wow.
Remember you said you went to the hotel, you had your own...
So that was mad, but it was, so the interaction with the people, getting to work with actors who are professionals in the thing that I wanted to do. So I'm absorbing, I'm watching everything, I'm learning from them. Like, I'm doing things that I was told I shouldn't do. I didn't care. I was going, listen, director, can I follow you around on the times that I'm not filming? So I see, how does the camera work? When do you change the lens? What exactly are you seeing and stuff like that? And I'm like, I did this with every director I work with, and like absorbing the environment. Like, I talk to everyone. I talk to the people who make the sets, the people who wipe it down afterwards, the cleaners, the people who clean the toilets, so everyone who makes the food, because they're people, bro. Not only do they have experience over me because they're in this world, but I have respect for them because I'm here now. I'm in their care. I'm their charge now.
You sound so much like me.
So-
I'll go into certain environments and you know what I like to see? You know what I like to call it? I like looking at the bigger picture. You know, sometimes when you go to a certain, you can go to an environment or something, and if you're narrow-minded and you don't look at the bigger picture, a lot of things might pass you by, you get me? But it's like, you see people like us, when we go into certain places and we can be able to look at the bigger picture. You get what I'm saying? When you can look at the bigger picture, even like you said, even the person there that does that, everything you can acknowledge it. You get what I'm saying? So, and I feel like that's a quality that not everybody's got, you know, to be able to look at the bigger picture.
I think everybody has it. I just don't think everybody uses it.
They just don't use it, yeah. They just don't exercise it.
But with that experience, like I got so much experience by, like I was saying, working with professionals who had the time as well. I'm so glad they took the time to teach me and to answer my questions. Things like, how do you learn your lines? Or do you have fear when you go onto set? Or do you get nervous?
Yeah, how do you, let's talk about
things like that. Like, no, right, me personally, no. And the reason no is because I treat everything in the same way I treat martial arts. I know my own ability. I know how hard I work. And I also know that if I get knocked down, I'm going to get up. When I fight, bro, you have to knock me out.
Yeah.
You have to knock me out. Because I'm going to keep getting back up.
You hear that, guys?
So
that mentality, you take it into your work, into everything in your life.
And I take that from, some of that mentality was probably given to me by Naruto, the anime. Like, because in that, for people who don't know who Naruto is, very long story short, he's a kid, orphan child, who in this world, power is everything. Yeah, they fight to the death. Let's just leave it as that. The ninjas, they fight to the death. Power is everything. Yeah, and
in case people quickly missed it, sorry to cut you. What is it? Is this anime? And you're really, really into it.
You know what? I was into it just as a cartoon.
Okay.
Right? Just as entertainment.
And then before you know, you start realizing there's more to this cartoon.
This one hit me. This one.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
And it's because he had a similar life to me. Yeah, he was like at the lowest rung of life, basically. Like all of the bad things that could have happened happened to him too, right? And not only that, he would always get back up. He'd keep trying, keep training, but keep failing. He trained as hard as he possibly could and get his ass whooped same way.
Sounds a little bit like me in certain things in life, but I just keep on going.
But he kept going and kept going and kept going. And his one goal was basically become Hokage, become like the leader of his village, basically.
Okay.
You only get that by being the most powerful. But at the time, basically he's not realizing. He's talking to people. He's going, all right, basically he's going, you train me. But he's making friends with all these people. Do you get me? Yeah. And they're going, oh, like basically he's going further a bit, but he hasn't even realized it, kind of thing. His rival, the person he's rivaled against the most, is talented. He's born with natural talent. Yeah. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Ronaldo.
Yeah. So
even though they're both sick, but it's like natural talent versus somebody who was born with a better talent and they just worked at it and they became a beast. So sorry, yeah.
He was here, his rival was here, and he basically closed the gap. And no one realized, until they clashed and it was even. And then he started whooping his ass. And my man's going, what the fuck's happening? And they're like, bro, you don't know what? My man, why you man are all asleep? He's still doing press-ups. Yeah, he's still running. All this kind of stuff. And everyone's like, no, it's futile. You'll never get there. You're a waste, man. You've been doing this for years, blah, 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 blah. Look at me now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the tenacity, bro. It's the never
another
giving
key
up.
word there. That tenacity, bro.
Tenacity is never
and
giving
resilience as well, right?
Bro, everybody, and other people get in their life, everybody told me I'd never be able to do this. And the people that shut me down, some of them were my teachers. So for example, a good example was there was a drama teacher that once said to me, basically, you need to follow these steps, go uni, do all of these things to become an actor. And I was like, okay, I'm going to say this as politely as I can. You wanted to be an actor, yeah? And you're here teaching drama because you followed these steps. So I listened to you.
That's a sick one. So it's like,
I can't listen to you. I can't. You haven't got the outcome that I want. And then you're trying to put me down for what I'm trying to do. That doesn't make any sense. So you know what I'm going to do? Thank you. Everything you're saying, instead of taking it as like a bombardment on me, I'm taking it as these are the things to not do. You're giving me a list of all of the things to not do. That's perfect. Now, if I do the opposite, let's just see what happens. You get me? Like, but that experience being there, like, I took a lot from that, man, a lot. And with each experience, so I went from that, for example, I did the Casualty quite a few times, I did the Bill, but each time, not only did my role increase, I get more lines or it got like more complicated and things like that, or I had more screen time. Yeah. But like, they became more, I guess they had more impact. More impact. Yeah. So the Bill, for example, every time I did the Bill, I did it 3 times, and every time someone either left or died. So in the show, it was like a massive deal. So the first time there was like a cop that was there the whole time, and I was the character that I think I stabbed him, and that was it. He was out. Yeah, and then
Oh,
so
right.
his character was gone. So like for the it was a bigger impact for other people in the UK than I could even imagine for myself.
Yeah.
But they're like, "You're the kid that took out my man." Oh my day! I'm like, "What, bro? I didn't even because my man's got the love." You get me?
Yeah.
And then on my next turn in, it was something along those lines. I think new characters came.
Yeah.
That's when I first met Amel Amin. Yeah, that's the guy who did Kidulthood. Yeah, and we're gonna get into that. Love that. There's lots of actors that I've had the pleasure of meeting, interacting with, and I can honestly say are friends to me now. And I don't know, man. Like,
family.
You literally, like you make the world you want to live in.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful, isn't it? Because even me, I'm realizing as well. Obviously, I've been realizing for a long time, but ever since even starting this channel as well and starting connecting with different people as well, I'm realizing it's beautiful when you can connect with certain people. You start working together and you develop a relationship that goes from just being working partners to like we're working together, but it's like bro, we family.
Bro,
we family.
like,
you know what I'm trying to say? It's so beautiful,
exactly
like when
that.
you can connect with
Exactly
people that way. Yeah,
man. Yeah, man. Some of them are blowing my mind. So like, taking that experience forward.
Yeah, you said one thing that really stuck out to me, bro, when you were saying, me proper listening. You said something that when you started acting, you said something like teachers and everybody was telling you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that.
Everybody, nobody.
So let me ask, you get me? So let me ask you, you're going to say, you know what, let me even take a second to big up the big man, Shay. Shay, big yourself up each and every time, bro. I really hope to get you on the red chair one day as well. But
my
bro,
brother sat me down one day. Yeah.
Nothing but big love.
My little brother sat me down one day and was basically like, keep going. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Keep going. Whatever you're doing, keep going. I got you, bro. Keep
That's
going.
what my oldest brothers keep on saying that.
So keep going. And I know just because just he had my back, bro, that was enough. That's enough for me. You get me? Unconditional. You feel me?
You get what I'm trying to say. And when you because what I was trying to get out here, when you're going through that, obviously all of us have got different mindsets, innit? I like to use this analogy quickly, like I said, and most people say, oh, that's sick. I like to look at our heads, our minds like a PC. You see how PCs are where it's like PCs get to a certain point when they're either running off old software and either going to update the software to work better or whatever, or
they're just going to burn out.
Or they're just going to burn out and stay corrupted with all of these. You're going to understand. So our minds operate different. You get me? Each of us have got on individual minds in certain ways. And like people might come to me and you and say to us the same shit. Like all of me, Jay, Chef, you're going to exactly. Chef, you can't do this, you can't do that. Jay, you can't do that. But that might fucking throw me off.
I take it as a challenge.
Do you understand?
I take it as a
So it's like
challenge. I say to people this. Oh, sorry, Maggie.
No, go on. No. So for you,
it's
like, I was saying. So for you, how did you take it? Yeah, like for you, your reaction was like.
I tell people this. First of all, like, don't tell me what you can't do. You're projecting what you can't do onto me, bro. That's you, bro. Like, if you can't do it, so what? I'm me.
Keep that to yourself,
yeah,
bro.
Not only keep that to yourself. I'm me. Yeah, I'm not you. Weezy. I'm me. I ain't you. You ain't me. So
don't get me started on Weezy, bro. Please.
Don't.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. Weezy, baby. Don't start me off, please. Let me calm down. Oh.
But not only that,
yeah.
Fear is something that I'm again. I don't know. Like you're saying, everyone's computer is different. Yeah,
everyone literally wired very different.
I don't know if I got bumped on my head. I don't know whether I was just born like this, but I was born basically with a tiger's attitude, and it's this simple. Fear don't exist.
Let me say this quickly, yeah. If we're gonna use this analogy of like all of our minds, our heads, or whatever, it's like a PC software. Yeah? Would you say you was born with an antivirus from the get go, where your mind can, if you know where I'm trying to go, like your mind can get corrupted.
I was born set on tiger mode. Bro, it's this simple. Fear does not exist. Fear is taught. Fear is made up. Let me get this straight. You're imagining something that could potentially happen and and it's fearful. You're putting your energy into something negative. Why don't you imagine something positive that could potentially happen? Because that's just as 50-50, no? 50-50. But you're focusing on the fear. Watch this about fear. If I fall asleep right now, and let's say there's a 5-year-old girl in the room, yeah, and a giant tarantula walks in, yeah, you're not scared of tarantulas, she's scared of tarantulas. When I wake up, you're gonna say, oh, some itty bitty spider walked in the room. She's gonna be like the biggest monster ever walked in the room. Yeah, it's both the same story, but it's just how you project it.
Each person projects a different.
Exactly. Fear's made up. Fear's taught. You don't teach me your fears. That's what people keep doing to these kids. You're teaching them. Be racist to this person. Treat this person like shit. Say this to this person. Yeah. It's taught.
That's why
it's not relevant.
Yeah.
Like, and sorry, breathe, please.
Would you so even with you saying that, would you you see even certain people say I'm in the process of unlearning certain things and learning new stuff. So would you coincide that with you see how we say we go through life, sometimes we go through life growing up, being taught, like you said, that fear is taught. So we're going through life, we're being taught these things, all of these things, and we get to a certain point in our lives when we realize, you know what, that's fucking bullshit.
Well, that's self-analysis and self-actualization. Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When your base needs are met, so you can feed yourself, you like whatever, right? You can go toilet, blah blah blah, right? Cool. Next stage obviously is, okay, does your job, is it self-sustaining now? Can you get to a point where you can make money, without work smarter, not harder? Can you get to a point where you can make money by doing less? Right. Can you get to a point where you can make money by doing nothing? Can you get to a point where then what do you do? Yeah, I said to myself, I want to be immortal. Literally, I want to be immortal. How can I reach immortality in a mortal form? Yeah. The internet. The internet's never going to go away. I put myself onto the internet in a positive way. I am now positive in the positive, but immortal, because I'm immortalized on the internet. It's never going to leave. Word. Yeah, and that's a shout out to anyone who puts anything on the internet, whatever you're doing. Yeah, it's never going to leave. You are now immortalized. So then the next step for me is, what's the next step after immortality? If you're immortal, what next? Infinity. Word. But not only that, there's your own mortality. Because I'm still immortal. Yeah, so now I've gone, okay, I've achieved this. Something that technically, I know I'm going out there, but that's what I mean. No, this is who I am, right?
I'm perfectly with you, and I'm sure the people with you as well.
So we've achieved this now, but we're still living in this society. I'm just like, you know what? I'll keep preaching all this stuff, like you make the world you want to live in and stuff like that. Word. So I started working in my community, little things. Yeah, things like putting a bird bath outside or some nuts or something like that. So now I've got birds outside the window, but the whole community, they profit from that because it's a nicer sound.
Yes, nice sound.
I put like little things like swings and stuff in the communal back garden in the flats I was living in. Yeah? So kids have something to play with. Now all these kids are jamming together, all the families start talking and stuff like that, and they're all from different races, different places. They've never spoken to each other before, cuz.
That's actually crazy.
Because of one swing, you know? Because of one swing, bro.
One swing. And
you got an African kid pushing a little Turkish kid on the swing, bro. Yeah, they started talking. Do you get me? It's bruv, like, and I don't want to take credit for things. No. But at the same time, it's just that's the life that I want to live. So I live it. And I don't know, everyone's entitled to do whatever they want to do. But like the going back to even like the tiger mentality and stuff like that, like bro, I just devour whatever's in front of me. I attack it 110%. If I'm gonna do it, I'm going to make up my mind about something. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put all of my effort in. If I fail, I fail. Right. But it's like again, it's like fighting again, bro. Every blow's 110%.
And you got this thing, bro. You got this thing where you see certain people also take failure. Look at failure in a different way. Innit? I've heard of this before. The order I've got.
I love failing. I love failing. Bingo. It teaches me so much about myself.
You get what I'm trying to say?
So much about myself.
And I hear these things where people say like, bro, you can either look at failure as something of like, oh, this has stopped me, this and that. This is as basically you can either look at failure in a negative way, or you can just look at failure and say, this is not even failure. This is just an opportunity to see where I've gone wrong.
Isn't everything failure till you get it right? Even walking. Everything. Just chill out. People want to achieve things overnight, like it's supposed to just come. How?
And even before we end the first part, do you think a lot of people these days, that basically they make too much excuses in terms of like why they're not where they are? Like in terms of like you see like social media and all of these things where certain people make excuses because of that.
I know what you mean, but I think that's down to the individual where they put their mind and their morality. Like what did they value? Because I'll tell you right now, like I don't value things like what's a really good example? Like I'm not a technological person in the terms of I prefer a raw book than going to a website. Something like that. I prefer a conversation with a person and meeting someone face to face. Then I've never met anyone on the internet. Never met anyone on the internet ever.
Bro, I beg you, you see what you just said right there, this is fucking, even certain people are gonna be watching this, they're gonna be like, you guys are fucking similar. You see what you just said there, imagine, I had more people hollering at me to be like, let me interview them over Zoom. Do you know what I said to them, bro? Right, exactly. You said that in the right way. I said to them, I'm an energies person, bro. I would rather, I don't care how long it's going to take, whatever. I would rather basically meet people face to face so we can propagate each other's energies and catch a real vibe, interact in real life.
Screen and 100 miles.
Exactly.
No, that's weird, bro. Yeah,
so, bro, even people that are gonna be watching, some people that are gonna be watching this, they know, like, I said no to these. I mean, I've watched certain interviews, people on Zoom, whatever, but for me personally, as a spiritual person, as a vibes, energy person, I said no, I'd rather people, even certain people like, how are you getting people out of their houses during the pandemic, whatever? I said to them, listen, bro, it's even, because even certain people have said to me, you go to say, because even certain people have said to me, actually, in the long run, this has been even more off camera, like after I've interviewed them, they've said, if anything, I'm glad I've actually came here because it's actually got me out of my house today. And two, I've had such a nice conversation. But first and foremost, we're not just on screen, we're actually connected in real life. So it's like, yeah, bro, that's so really, really...
Like, I've never met anybody online because there's no connection. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, bro, I can be talking to anybody, bro.
Anyone can put on any persona.
Exactly. I want to be able to look into a person's eyes. I want to be able to literally feel their energy and vice versa. If we gel, then cool. If not, then cool, whatever, innit? But that kind of stuff's important, man. Like, again, it's the way I want to live, and it's a life choice. Like, I even go so far as like into meditation. Yeah, so from doing kung fu most of my life, interchanging to Muay Thai, it's their Buddhist martial arts, and with that, there's a lot of spirituality, a lot of meditation, things like that. But again, like, I like to do things my own way. So with meditation, I'm pretty sure via universal consciousness that I didn't come up with this concept myself, but I basically, I dubbed it battle meditation, but basically how I see it is meditation isn't a time of day. You don't say, I'm going to sit here at 6 o'clock and cross my legs and go, no. Meditation is a lifestyle. So what it means is you're going to be open to change. You're going to be open to doing the best that you can do with every decision of every second of your day because you want the best for yourself at the very least. And then you're going to be truthful, at least to yourself. If these things are met, then at least you can meet self-actualization. And basically, meditation, again, isn't a time of day. It's an ongoing thing. So when you realize something about yourself, you can't unlearn it. I say this to people. This is how I describe the evolution of meditation for myself. To just
the evolution of meditation.